Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video and what is it all about? Well, from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A, I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll and it goes off on Monday. Now, for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so what won the vote? The Hexmark Destroyer won the vote with 2 votes. There was a lot of things voted on, but this one won with 2 votes. So I've got one wet pack together, and what I've decided, because most of the colours are going to be used on this guy, it's going to be used on this guy as well, I've got him to do as well in the background. So I'll do a colour on this guy, and once that's drying, I'll do a colour on that guy, and then just, you know, keep alternating between 2. There are unique stuff on both of them. This is the Monday painting video, the Hexmark Destroyer. Because I can get him done with the same palette, I'm going to do him as well. So you'll see me do bits on this guy, and you might see me do a few flash bits on the Kinetic Reanimator. Now, the Kinetic Reanimator has been in the vote before, and nobody voted for it. Not only that, as things stand at the moment, he will be part of Wednesday's army for Wednesday's back report, which will probably go up on Thursday. But at the same time saying it, because he's been in the vote, and he has never been voted for, and I need him for Wednesday, and I want to have him painted, I said I might as well try and squeeze him in here as well. This is the guy of my main focus, the Hexmark Destroyer, as voted on by you guys. But if I can get some stuff done, if I can get him done as well, great. If I get him 80% done, that's even, you know, just as good. Not only that, the Kinetic Reanimator was actually painted before in a 12-hour Necron painting challenge, and I don't think you saw start to finish, but you saw the majority of him being done. So I thought, let me just go for it. So let's go through my wet palette. So we have some polished blue, which is a very old paint with some metallic-y blue. If you want to achieve the same look, you just go with a silver and then like a blue wash on over the top. This is beaten copper. Again, it's an old paint, but any sort of copper will do. Corn red, moot green, white scars, Vulcan green, retribute armor, and Rune Lord brass. Now, so the first thing I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to come in with some Rune Lord brass. And I'm going to get all of his like 4 limbs and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave the little bits in between. So it's going to get around like that sort of scenario. Across the arms as well. Now I do like this Rune Lord brass because it goes on really bright and it just really dulls itself down. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of those, but I want to leave like that joint there. Okay, there's no gaps in his armour. No, so I'm going to leave all the joints free. So there we had this Rune Lord brass. Now for some reason I've noticed something. The arm isn't in properly. See that? For whatever reason it's come unstuck. So I'm going to put a bit of super glue in there and just try and glue that back into place. And then I'll come back to you. Well, I do the Rune Lord brass on this big boy first, and then I'll come back to you afterwards. Right, so that arm is finally glued. Paint in the backside. I don't know why it unplugged itself, but you can see I found a host of other little bits and pieces from the same palette. So I've been just working away whilst that's been drying. Now I'm going to come in with some polished blue. I'm going to do his shoulder pieces. In my opinion, after doing the body and then coming in with this blue, this is where it really comes to life. This metallic blue really does just really make the model pop. so you don't need to see me do the other one. I'm going to crack on to the other side of that one. I'm going to do the same thing on his sky, and if there's any Necron warriors that behind me, there's a whole tray of them that need the blue, I'm going to do that as well. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some Vulcan green, and I'll wet this down even more on the wet palette, and I want to get this ball on his back. Now at this stage, you'll see it's not doesn't look great, it's not good coverage. Don't worry about that, because we can come back over, we're going to be coming back over with a few other colours. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the big boy here, just on his a few eye sockets and power sockets. Right, so now I'm going to come in with corn red, and I'm going to get all these pipe work, all these power pipes as well. Why are you doing it with corn red? Because the red will really stand out from the rest of the colours. You really see it really stands out. So I'm going to do the rest of the pipe work and then come back to you again. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some white scars, and I'm going to get all these little bits in the gun barrel. Now white scars is a loud paint, so when you put it on it will look really bright, but it will dull itself down. And I'm going to get his head as well. I'm going to go off camera and do the rest. Then I'm going to come in with some Retributor armour. I'm going to pick out his chest piece. Pick out the bottom of his legs. I'm going to do the rest of that off camera, and then come back to you again. Right, so I got a little bit carried away with the gold. See, I put it on the end of the guns, spinal column, his chest and his little feet. Now I'm going to come with some beaten copper, and I'm going to pick out all those bits and all those bits in the gun there. Now with the joints on the leg, I want it to be quite bright, so I might have to give it 2 coats. So really the end of the gun there. Just want it to really stand out. So I'm going to go off camera and give them the once over, maybe a second over, just to make sure that it's the way that I want it, and then I'm going to come back to you then, guys. I think that looks kind of cool. Bit crazy ass, but it still looks, I think that's really cool. Now I'm going to come in with some moot green. I'm going to really water this down. I'm going to come in and just get this. This is really watered down. So what's going to happen is, it's a bit too much. What's going to happen is, it's going to not fully cover the green, but cover it enough to make it look like that sort of effect. Like there's energy whizzing around in it. Still a thing on his base to do. don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Now I have to leave that to dry. Now you could come in, where I've done the white and the gun, you could come in with the mood green, do the same thing again, and follow the next stage of the orb on his back on the guns as well. But I'm got something that I'm going to do with the guns a little bit different. That I'm going to try out and try and see if I can get it right. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wet the brush. I'm going to get wet down some white scars. It's really wet. And I'm going to, as you see, that's still a little bit wet. And I'm going to come in, just wet blend it a little bit. And with a clean brush, I'm going to come in, just move it around a little bit. Move that around a bit too much. Let's add a little bit more white scars. Just into a little bit there. There we go. Now, when that's dry, if I'm not happy with that, I can come in with some more white scars, water it down a bit more, and just add a little bit more here and there. But for all intensive purposes, like I said, you can do the same thing with the guns, but for all intensive purposes, this guy is battle ready. Now, for my regulars will know what happens now. For everyone that's new, I take it past battle ready standard. Sometimes this could be a dry brush, this could be an edge highlight, it could be a wash down, it could be a combination of everything. But what I'm going to try and do, I'm probably going to do one thing to this model now, which is the guns. I'm going to come in with some Tesseract Glow and really try and get this popping off nice. I've never used this colour before, so I think I used it once before actually, and I didn't really like the result. But I'm going to come in and just slap it into the gun, onto the white of the guns. Now I don't know if I'm using this colour right or not. If one or more of you have used this colour and have an easier way for me to do it, or a way that gives me better results, then just chuck a comment below. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to wax that on here. Give me the. I don't know if that's going to work or if that's going to look good or not. Now, one thing I'm going to do now, people are probably going to scream at the camera. I'm looking for a certain wash. Is it you? Like Rex Surfshade. What the hell are you doing? I'm going to come in and I'm going to take a little tiny bit, not too much. I'm going to drop it so it paints his face out. I was thinking about coming in and doing the red in the eyes. I said, no, there's too many eyes, no. Yeah, so with this thing, I don't like that little bit there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk down my brush, get some white scars in the wet palette and some moot green. I place them right next to each other. And blend them together so they're really watered down. Just come in and just sort of blend all that together. You can see that a little bit there. It just goes from light straight to dark. I don't really like that. There might be a bit too much on there, but we'll soon see. So I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm probably just going to dry brush that thing on the base with a grey or something. It's not really, I don't know, but the grey would, a darker Mechanicus grey comes to mind, would just dull that down away from the brightness of this. Sounds all pretty good. But anyway, I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'm going to come back to you then with final thoughts and stuff like that. And here we are, guys. I think the test glow is still a little bit wet. I actually like that the ball on his back. Looks nice. I've forgotten to do the thing on his base. Of course I have. But if you've enjoyed this video, it's helped you in any way, and you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Helps the channel out in a massive, massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people. That makes this community grow even more. And thank you everyone for voting. I know this guy slipped through with 2 votes, but still, you know, massive thank you to everyone. One thing I'm going to say to the video though, I might go back over the head with white scars, but not dry brush it, but just the side of his head and the bottom of his chin and top of his head. I might do that, I'm not sure yet. I definitely need to Mechanical grade that bit on his base. I'm not overly sold on that. I think it looks okay. I think the back bit of it looks cool, but I'm just not overly sold. I'm not 100% sold on it. I'll wait for it to dry and make my mind up. But you know, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for voting. Hit the buttons for me. And I'm not going to bother with doing this guy on camera anymore. I've done a bit of him whilst I was waiting for the super glue to dry on that and paint to dry on that. I'll finish this guy off camera. It's not a big issue. Until next time, guys, take it easy. Thank you for voting. Hit the buttons for me. Take it easy.